Meeting to order at what, 9:16 or something like that. And let's do the roll call first, I guess.
Member Selzer?
Here.
Member Shepard?
Here.
Member Kramer?
Here. And would the clerk please establish proper notice?
Proper notice has been established.
Okay. And confirm that we want to confirm the agenda amendments.
Items 6D and 6E, the findings of fact for protest application 19010 and 19039 have been withdrawn. And then I will now go to County Counsel Christian Curtis regarding a potential off-agenda item.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's come to our attention that this meeting is still virtual, and this body has not yet made the findings with respect to the continued COVID emergency to enable a continued emergency meeting. Since that's not on the agenda today, you do have the option to add it either as an emergency item, since we are still in a state of emergency, or as an off-agenda item, making findings that it came to the attention of the agency after the publication of the agenda and immediate action is required. If the board is inclined to take this up, I think out of an abundance of caution, I think I'd actually recommend you make both findings. But if the item isn't taken up and if you don't have a vote on it, I don't believe you'll be able to have a virtual meeting today.
So I'll entertain a motion to establish this is emergency meeting. Is that correct?
I second. Dick,
Okay,
did you make the motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous.
And then, Mr. Chair, I believe the findings that you need to make at this point would be that there's continued health officer, or that there is still an existing state of emergency, and that the health officer has continued to recommend social distancing measures.
Okay. Mary Ellen?
Oh, do we need to amend the motion?
The second motion, I think.
Second motion.
I will make a motion that we need to have a virtual meeting in light of the ongoing emergency order for social distancing.
Second.
And
Okay.
Mr. Chair, for clarification, does that include the findings I just referenced?
Yes, it includes the
Yes.
findings referenced by County Council.
Agreed, second?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Okay, so now, let's see, confirm agenda amendments, finding the facts that have been withdrawn. We've covered that now, have we?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so we're moving on to agenda item number 2. Approval of withdrawn applications.
Chair Kramer, would you like me to read into the record the requested withdrawals?
Yeah, I do have a question that says withdrawals and postponement. That's a selection, so you do one or the other on the form.
So item number 2 is going to be the withdrawn applications, and then after that we can move on to the stipulations, of which there are none, and then the requested continuances and or postponements.
Okay.
Okay, so the requested withdrawals are as follows. Protest application number 19019, 19032, 19033, 19034, 19035, 19036, 19037, 19038, 20001, 20002, 20018, 20019, 20020, 20021, 20022, 20023, 20024, and 20029.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept these withdrawals?
Move to accept.
And I second.
Okay. And I do have a discussion item before we vote on that. 19038, 19 or 20001. No, excuse me, 20001 and 20002, Finch and Locatelli. I noticed in their information that they were applying for a reduction back to their original assessment because they were their homes were burned down in the Redwood Valley fire. Do we know, and I guess I'm addressing our attorney, is there a provision made for legally for them to receive a reduced assessment rather than the cost of the new house at this point? Yes, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina Bartlett, assessor. So what happened was we had a new appraiser and we had never really been through, such a catastrophic fire like that. So when they have to rebuild, as we all know now, that they have to have certain upgrades. So they have to
Yes.
have, the sprinklers, they have to have solar and stuff like that. So originally our appraiser assessed them for that. So it would have been up and beyond what they were assessed before. When they brought it to our attention, if they had called us first and brought it to our attention, they would have never appealed it, because then we automatically took that off. Once we were able to research it and everything, we automatically, so they are being assessed basically what they were before.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to be sure we were doing this right. Okay.
No, we are.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, any other questions from Mr. Seltzer?
No, I'm good.
No.
Okay, then let's vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous, and we move on to, well, let's see. Next item is approval of stipulations. There are none. So we're moving on to approval of requested continuances. Wow.
Chair Kramer, would you like me to read those into the record?
Yes, please. I'm sorry. Yes.
They are protest application numbers 20010, 20011, 20012, 20013, 20014, and 20015.
Okay. And do I have a motion to accept the continuance or postponements?
I'll make a motion to accept the continuances and postponements.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Moving on. If only, huh? Okay, now this is item 5, conduct assessment appeal, protest hearing and presentation of evidence. And so I guess we have, what, 2 entities? That have that come up, MLJ Holding and oops, turn it again. Really. Do we have an order of hearing these, or we just take them in the order that we get them?
I believe that's going to be the chair's discretion. I would suggest that you pick whatever order is going to be most efficient and makes most sense for this board.
I wish I had the wisdom to, Ms. Seltzer, Ms. Shepherd, do you have any?
Start with number one,
Just start with number one,
or I guess 5A.
5A, yeah. 5A, B, C, D. Okay, and the appellant is present?
Excuse me, Chair Kramer. This is Atlas Pearson, Deputy Clerk of the Board. Now might be a good time to swear in all the parties and witnesses.
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
Please raise your right hands.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
I do.
Okay. And somewhere I read that we needed to establish who presented first, but traditionally we have the appellant present first, do we not?
Mr. Chair, the order of presentation depends upon the nature of the specific appeal. There are, most often it is the appellant. There are a handful of situations where, for example, if it's an owner-occupied dwelling or if there is an escape assessment or a penalty, it may be the assessor presenting first. I believe on these, it's the appellant that will be going first.
Okay. And for the appellant's information, it's a 20, you're limited to 20-minute presentation. Yes, Rena?
Katrina Bartlemy, assessor. Are the appellants here?
That I don't. MLJ Holdings, are you present?
Mr. Chair, my name is Wes Nichols. I'm not part of that appeal. I just had a clarifying question. I was scheduled today, and I believe my cases were continued, the 20s, but not the 21s were mentioned. So I just wanted to make sure that we're all good and I can leave.
This is Atlas Pearson, Deputy Clerk of the Board. For clarification, the two that I believe we received information about later on, those weren't noticed for this meeting. So
Okay.
those will be next time. That's why they weren't referenced on this agenda. It's my understanding that those will come later on.
All right, thank you. And do you know when your next potential scheduled hearing will be?
So the next meeting is going to be the organizational meeting. As of this time, the date is not set in stone. There will be a notice that goes out accompanying that. It will take place in July.
Okay. I'm working
Chair.
with the assessor, so I feel like I'll probably get these resolved.
Mr. Chair, if I may, before the applicant leaves, I just want to clarify whether 5E and 5F have been withdrawn, or I believe that may be the same party.
Which parcels are 5E, 5F?
5E and 5F are with Rayleigh's. I
Yeah.
don't believe that they're with yours.
All right, thank you.
So Wes, excuse me, it's Katrina Bartlemy, assessor. So we will schedule your 20 and 21s together. And
Okay.
depending on how I'm planning on doing it in April. We do have time after the planning meeting to go into that. So if I talk to the clerk of the board and that's okay, that's when we'll do it.
Okay,
July, I'm sorry, not April.
I've been working with the appraiser on getting these resolved and some of the issues, and he's doing some research, and I shared some data with him. So I have a feeling we'll probably get these resolved.
Perfect. That would be great. Thank you, Wes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I am looking at my agenda and it does not have a 5E or 5F.
Yeah, well, that may be because they kept
So this is the amended agenda then? Those have already
No,
been.
no, that's
so-
the
so
original
the
agenda.
email-
Let me look at this.
Oh, did I pull up the old one?
This is Atlas Pearson, Deputy Clerk of the Board. So the document you received today, that's not the agenda. That's something we provide as a courtesy to make sure that, you know, we abide by all of our Brown Act requirements. The actual agenda itself is available online and was emailed to you upon publication on Thursday evening, on
Okay, so
which
I pulled up
there
the
is
wrong
an
one.
item 5E and 5F for sure.
And the second one you sent out today has 5E and 5F on it as well. That went out at 9:01 or 9:02.
Yeah, and the first one went out in error. It was believed that 2 were being withdrawn that weren't being withdrawn, so we corrected that, and that's what you received at 9:01.
So now I'm trying to keep this clear. MLJ Holdings is not present. Is that correct?
Everybody who is called into this meeting right now is on your screen, and it's my understanding that they are not present.
Mr. Chair, if I could, I would recommend inquiring of the clerk of the board as to whether or not we've confirmed that they did in fact receive notice of the hearing date.
Yes, they did. We sent them the Zoom information as well.
Did they acknowledge receipt of it?
No, historically we don't receive any acknowledgments of receipts.
So they have been very unresponsive to us as well. So they have responded a little, but they have not sent us anything that we requested. So I request it be their files be dismissed, if at all possible.
If they were dismissed, did they have the ability to come back later if they wanted to?
We've been communicating with them since February, or trying to communicate with them since February.
Mr. Chair, the board does have the ability to deny an appeal for a lack of appearance by the appellant.
Yeah.
I would make a motion to deny the appeal for lack of appearance.
This is Atlas Pearson, Deputy Clerk of the Board. I would like to clarify whether you're referring to just item 5A or 5B, 5C, and 5D as well.
I would be referring to all of the applications relative to this appellant who has not appeared.
MLJ Holdings.
MLJ Holdings, thank you.
And Mr. Chair, before that motion is heard, I would just ask if you could inquire of the clerk of the board whether the notice that was sent was only for 5A or whether it covered, or whether notice of this hearing date was provided for 5A, 5B, 5C, and 5D.
Notice of the hearing date was provided for all items on that are listed here. So 5A, B, C, and D.
I would second the motion.
You do second the motion, okay. I was waiting for that. Any discussion? I think we're obligated to go ahead with this. I just, to go to all this trouble and not show up, I just don't understand. Okay, all in
We have
favor?
that a lot.
I bet you do. I bet you do. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. So we will move on now to 5E and 5F, which is application 20030 and 20031. Applicant Rayleigh's Family of Stores, CPP Ukiah Crossroads Center, LLC. Are they present?
They do not appear to be, and yes, they were sent notice for each of their items, as well as the information for today's call. So 5E and 5F were noticed.
Ms. Barnaway, have you been in contact with them? Have they been non-responsive like MLB or MLJ?
Yes. We did get, according to the clerk of the board staff, we did get a withdrawal for their next year's appeal. So I'm not sure if they made a mistake, and, you know, you can always second guess this, right? So,
Yeah.
but we have tried to contact them as well with no response.
Hmm.
Did you get to talk to them at all? Oh, he did talk to them, but they didn't send us any of the information we requested or anything else. So, and the same, we've been in contact with them since probably about February as well.
Okay, well, I will entertain a motion.
Move to dismiss items 5E and 5F.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Thank you. Okay, any discussion?
This is Atlas Pearson, Deputy Clerk of the Board. I just want to clarify that the motion is to deny the appeal for lack of appearance.
Yes.
For lack of appearance, yes.
Understood.
Okay. No discussion, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Wow. We moved to closed session. So does that, and I'm not sure, because I haven't made the last couple meetings, what we're doing in closed session. Oh, someone.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yeah.
there had been a request for finding of fact from a prior matter. I've distributed a draft to the board. You have an opportunity to discuss that in closed session, direct me to make any changes that you might like, and then once you're done, to present that and take a motion to adopt back out in open session.
Okay. Was that in our package?
It was not until you approve the draft. It's not a public document.
How do
So
we get the draft? I don't
How do
think
we-
it's the draft.
If you,
Is it going to be distributed to us somehow?
yeah, I believe you should have it in your email now.
oh gosh,
Okay.
I will be right back.
And from whom did it come?
It would have come from my office, I believe, from Juliana Chapman.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. I will,
So this is Atlas Pearson, Deputy Clerk of the Board. At this time, so we did send you 2 call invites. The first was this information, which is for the webinar. You should have also received an invite for a closed session Zoom call. That one will have a password attached to it. That's probably the easiest way to identify them against each other. If you don't have this information, you can, I can call you within the next 5 minutes and provide you that information.
Again,
so
who
you-
would that have come from? I get 150 emails a day, so.
That would have come from my office and the clerk of the board, from Christina Watson.
Okay.
But
What
when?
day?
This would have been sent to you on Friday.
the 20,
Well, I received one.
Okay,
Zoom.
so we will. I'm going to have Christina Watson resend the closed session invite to all 3 of you right now.
Okay.
You guys should receive it shortly. So you can feel free, the 3 members, to go ahead and exit and leave this call. You'll receive the new one, and then whenever you adjourn from closed session, we will rejoin this number. And I will make sure that you are all aware of
Can't
that.
we just go to closed session by having anybody inappropriate drop out of this session?
Because this is a live streamed. I can speak with IT briefly and see if we can drop the live stream, and then I can leave Counsel Christian Curtis in this room. But let me clarify with Scott that is something that we can safely do with no risk of the information getting out.
okay, and I'm going to step away for a minute because I have to use another computer to copy the closed session information. I'll be right back. Call the meeting back to order at 10:05, I guess. And we were, oh my gosh, what the number of item that we were on? Here's close. Item 6, the closed session. We come back out of closed session. Dealt with item 6A, 6B, 6C, which is Safeway and bonds, and dealt with personal property. We've approved the draft, but we don't have that. Do we have that, the final draft in from Christian yet? I don't think so.
Mr. Chair, the draft has been transmitted to clerk of the board as being uploaded. It's now a public document, and it's been sent to the assessor as well. If the board would like, at this time, it can take a motion to approve the written findings of fact and authorize the chair to sign the same.
And it's, did I hear a second that I missed?
I second.
Okay. and
I didn't hear the motion.
well, it was to approve the draft and the final draft, which is the same as the draft, correct, Christian?
Correct.
So we've had the discussion. Any further discussion? Then all in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, unanimous.
This is Atlas Pearson, Deputy Clerk of the Board. I want to clarify that that goes for 6A, 6B, and 6C.
It does.
Yes.
That was my
It
motion,
does.
yes.
And that's how I introduced it as well. All right, you okay there? Okay. So, did we receive a copy of the minutes? I'm assuming we're moving on to other business.
Yeah, the minutes were uploaded to the agenda, so they'll be
boy.
there. They were online. They were hyperlinked, as we do with all attachments to these items.
Okay. I did not apparently pull them. They weren't part of this, the original packet, right? Or were they? Maybe I read.
Yes, they were part of the packet.
There they are, sorry. Okay, well, I was not present. Was Mary
I was
Ellen,
there. So I will make a motion to accept the minutes.
and I recused myself since I wasn't there. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Unanimous except for me. And I didn't vote. And then, do we have any members of the public that would like to make public expression? If so,
We have received no requests for public expression on this meeting, nor do we have any matters from staff.
okay. Oh, you moved on to the next item. Any announcement?
None
Okay.
on our part.
Okay. And the date of the next meeting is, what did we say?
July 18th.
It's
May, June,
tentatively
July.
scheduled. Yeah, it is tentatively scheduled. That is the organizational meeting. So a notice will go out and be published. But right now it's looking like July 18th of 2022.
Okay, as long as it's away from the, ooh,
It follows the same pattern that we've used in past years.
I may not make that meeting. Okay, July. Okay, onward. Well, onward is outward. And no other matters before the chair or the board. The meeting is adjourned at, I don't know, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 12. Thank you all for
Thank you.
your patience.
Have a good day, one and all.
Yes,
Have fun. Thank you.
I'll give you a call, Dick.
All right, I'm here.
Keep looking good.